Welcome, 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 y'all, to the first new rebrand, rebirth. We're no longer the other show, unfortunately, but now me and Cash Junkie are bringing it to you straight. Check the credits. This is the new show.
Remix them folks right quick. Yeah, I had to.
Yeah. It's a straight remix.
That's what I had to do, man.
So we wanted to revamp the show. You know what I'm saying? So now it's a situation where, we're telling people check the credits. You check their resumes. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what it's all about. We have producers, producer engineers, artists and things. And we're still doing our artist spotlight. That's not changing. And today we got a very special guest on our artist spotlight, man. You know what I'm saying? Who we got?
We got a real super big dog on our show today.
Yeah. Straight from New Jersey. From that reality show that will remain unnameless, or rather nameless, I should say.
However you want to give it to them.
Yeah, okay. The show will remain nameless. But, she's here. She's a dope recording artist. She came here to sit down, and we are her first interview. She could have gone anywhere, but she decided to come here to check the credits first with me and Cash Junkie. And yeah. It's dope.
It's going to be big.
It's going to be big. So make sure you're following us on all our social media platforms, as you can see on the screen. And we need to get this thing kicked off, man. We wanted to kick this thing off the right way. We wanted to bring on somebody who has amassed a huge amount of credits and has won national awards, 2 Dove Awards, right? Grammy nominated, multiple ASCAP songwriting awards. You know what I'm saying? He's just.
So you're saying he got trophies?
He got trophies.
You're saying he got big boy trophies?
Big boy trophies. Not just for producing either. He got them for engineering.
Oh, he got.
So you really have to check his resume.
He got multiple categories.
Yeah, he checked that box. When they said, this, that, or multiple, he had to check multiple.
So he passed the credit check.
Absolutely. He passed the credit check. For sure. So, without further ado, man, I want to bring on my man. You know what I'm saying? Wow. I've been with this kid for a minute. It's funny. No pun intended. But I've been with this youngin' for a minute. I taught him at school. And then I mentored him here at Icon Studio, and he has surpassed me in so many different ways. I'm like a proud uncle, standing in the background, watching him grow and watching him, collect all of these accolades. So I'm glad that he's the first guest on this new show. Man, without further ado, my man Kid Class, y'all. Kid Class.
Woo. Yeah, I got the applause. I got the applause going for my boy.
Yo.
What up, man?
What's going on?
Appreciate you, by the way.
Oh, man. Come on, bro.
Appreciate you, Brody.
Yeah, for taking the time and coming to hang out with us.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? So let's start from the beginning, bro. Let's start from the beginning. SAE.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Sitting in my class.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? Well,
Hold on.
Oh, yeah.
You had a class?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you had a
class? Ain't no way in hell you'll be my teacher. Ian was your teacher?
Yeah. One of them.
Yeah.
Ain't no way in hell I'm taking that
class. Hey, man.
I forgot. What was this?
It was artist management.
Artist management, okay.
Yeah. See, I had to teach them about all these young, hungry minds at SAE. Right. I was teaching them the art of artist management. You know what I'm saying? So, and he was
what they call you Ian? They call you Mr.
They
Burke?
They call me Professor Burke.
We ain't calling him Professor Burke.
Professor B. Yeah.
Was I here? No, I still wasn't here at that time.
No, I think, listen. He was in my class first, and then we really connected, if you remember, at that beat battle, because he was always doing these beat battles, and he was up there, and I was just like, "Yo, man, you know what I'm saying?" Now, I don't know if I I recommended Icon Studios to you or not. I don't know how you ended up at
It
Icon.
was, I think I was already at Icon when the beat battle happened.
Okay.
Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But no, you know how the school have its
Yeah.
system or whatever, just sending you to different places. Because they sent me to Patchwork as well.
Right.
And Icon, I had liked Icon because it was, well, to me, from the website, it looked newer, but I didn't know y'all was here for like 7 years or something.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that, you know
exactly.
what I mean?
7, 8 years
But
already.
the website still had its like building process
Right.
or something on the site. So I was like, oh, it's a new studio. And I always knew I wanted to be, you know, more so focused on the producer side.
Right.
So I just figured Icon wouldn't be as busy as Patchwork would be.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, now.
And I could be completely wrong. I have zero clue, but that was my thought process.
That's your thought process, absolutely.
For choosing Icon.
Okay, so but you did your thing didn't start here at Icon. You were actually where was TI Studio, right?
Yeah, Grand Hustle. When it was Echo Studio.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 18. That was technically 17, but yeah, I had to be 18.
Right.
To like be in the studio or something like that. So 18.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you were an engineer at that point.
No, heck no. I definitely told them I knew how, but I did not know how to engineer. I didn't know nothing about Pro Tools or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? But Joe Elliott and all them, they was trying to teach me Pro Tools, but they was the one telling my mom to go to SE. I never even heard of SE until them. And we just knew Full Sail was too much.
Right.
Yeah, it was too much. And SAE was reasonable, but they wasn't accredited. So by the time I did get there, they became accredited.
Right.
Yeah,
So,
I think it was like that year. It was like God or something. It was like that year.
So you got your degree?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Degree, diploma, one of them. I don't know. It's a degree.
It's a degree,
yeah,
right?
Yeah,
right. Because we were the extra classes that you would take to get your degree.
Right. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I do have a degree.
Okay. So you made your way over here to Icon. By then you had learned Pro Tools, but you were still an intern. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And all I remember is me saying, yo, I gotta get this kid more sessions. I gotta get this. So everybody that came in, kid, you want this session? Kid, you want this? Yo, Tiny from Escape is coming in. You know what I'm saying? You want this session? Yo, Keisha Cole's coming in. You want this session? So I kept spoon feeding you those sessions. You know what I'm saying? So. But how was your growth? What was your growth like here at Icon Studios on your own without me? Now, I'm definitely not taking credit for it.
No,
but
I mean, you're obviously a part of the experience, so you got to take credit for it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But you said what was the question? My growth?
Yeah, what was your growth like here at Icon? Because this was your stop right after school.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You were doing beat battles, so you wanted to be a producer.
Right, for
you
sure.
know, so but you had to start off as an intern. So you were cleaning up the studios and doing stuff like that. Really, and we didn't know this at the time, but you were learning. You know what I'm saying? You were learning the studio game, which would come into play much later down the road. Right. But you were learning, and that's the one thing that a lot of people don't understand. I want you to kind of explain that process because you didn't just work here, just intern here. You know what I'm saying? You took your knowledge and you applied it. And that is something that's very important. So I want you to talk about your growth here at Icon and what and how it led to other opportunities for you.
Right. Well, the growth was clearly amazing to me because one, I had liked the studio because I mean you couldn't smoke, so it eliminated a certain crowd,
right?
That I didn't mind being a part of, but I like what it attracted as far as the energy that came through Icon. You know what I mean? You obviously gonna have your mishaps happen at every studio, you know what I'm saying? But the people who want to smoke are gonna bucket and all the other stuff. But as far as growth, just coming from intern to engineer to pretty much like the head engineer, all that stuff at the time, just learning the technical, not even learning, just doing some of the technical stuff that was happening in the studio, when stuff go down and stuff like that.
Right.
the growth was fun. You know what I'm saying? Just asking questions, being around just OGs in the industry, just from you to Tasha to Stone, and just being able to get the knowledge and the stories that you just. I mean, everybody isn't blessed to hear the stories of the past. You know what I mean?
Right.
A lot of times that influence the future. You know what I mean? So that's and it still gave me my independence while being here because you know, just allowing us to go into the D room to do whatever when there wasn't a session, even at the point when we was running it out and stuff like that. So it just it definitely built a good foundation for me and definitely my ongoing career.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So when you were working here, did you have was there any thought in your mind that you were going to own your own facilities, or were you just trying to sharpen your production skills, or a combination of both?
It was always something in me to own my own studio because originally, so it went from Grand Hustle coming back from school and then because I went to Savannah State after Grand Hustle. So I ended up going to Savannah State and then coming back, and I actually opened up a studio at Vision Studios, and failed. did not, you know what I mean? I was still working a job or whatever, but I didn't know. I guess you would think like yeah, I just need to get clients,
right?
You know what I mean? But then it's like you kind of need to go into owning the studio with clients almost, or like or with some type of skin in the game, and that's or some people are probably just blessed to be able to. They may got whatever marketing tactics or whatever. But I was 21, so I didn't know some of that stuff. So anyway, by the time I got here, I definitely always knew I wanted to open up a studio. I used to ask Tasha like questions. I don't even remember these questions, but like just questions about running the studio or like just from the other angle of it. All right, cool. Engineering is cool. Producing is cool. Obviously, I want to own like a facility. So it's always been a goal of mine. You know what I mean? So it definitely helped mold it.
Okay,
for sure.
So all right. Let's stay on Icon. I don't know nothing about the school and when I met you at Icon, you was rolling. When I met you, I mean, you was rolling. Like you owned the D room, and nobody going to D room, class going to D room all day.
That's funny.
Class making the most money in here. Yeah, Stone letting that be.
I don't even know how things are, it's funny because I've always loved to hear like how things are perceived like on the opposite end.
But I'm telling you, bro,
you know what I'm saying?
You were rolling.
I wish
you can't even tell.
9100.
I mean, you can't. I mean, because it's steps to everything. You know what I'm saying? So everybody trying to get there, but you was doing like real work. Like as me, I came from Alabama. We ain't got no studios in Alabama. So when I walked in here, I knew how to work Pro Tools, but I ain't know how to engineer, like work in a real studio. So you just find the people that's fine. You find the people that's putting in the most work.
All right, fact.
You just drift towards those people if you got that work ethic like that. You was working.
Yeah, the work ethic. The work ethic was definitely.
Yeah, I've always had like a work ethic. Like anytime they called for a session, I was here. You know what I mean? That's one thing I would tell. I always tell interns and all that. I'm like, I even hear like different engineers be like, man, I'm not about to do the mix, or I'm not about to, they got to pay me for that. I'm like, I walked in here immediately. I was like, I don't know who the engineer is, but I'm trying to like be the go-to guy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So,
absolutely.
In order to do that, I was screwing the voice, dropping the beats, doing every backflip so the artist could be like, ooh, I like him. So I think I became the most requested engineer at that point.
Man, I remember it had to be like 2016, 2017. And we was in the B room. This was before the B room was beautiful. It was still brown.
It was always beautiful.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? You got an 07 beautiful and an 18 beautiful. So, but I remember you was in the B room.
Right.
And you was in the B room working with Blanco.
Oh, okay, got it.
And you and Blanco write these tracks for hella people. Like, send this track to this person, send this track to this person, send this track to this person. But it was like, it was a lot of R&B tracks. You know what I'm saying? And he would do his country stuff. But he let me hear a couple country records that I still ain't heard. that's jamming that y'all used to be working on in the big room. Like,
yeah, man.
what was that like going from the possibility of what he could be making to the actuality of what he's doing at this point?
Well, for Blanco,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Blanco, man, he's just an incredible all around writer.
Creative.
You know what I mean? Yeah, creative.
Like-
Not even right.
Like
He's
creative.
that person. Like if like I remember we was in a group sex one time, and then Johnny Blaze actually, he's like, man, you probably done did NASCAR. And he sent the picture back with him in a NASCAR uniform, and I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm like, what haven't you done? You know what I mean? So anyway, I take that to music. It's like nothing is at a certain point, and nothing surprised me anymore. It's just like he's just a great talent. You know what I'm saying? So Blanco, I think it works for him as far as the country aspect because he's genuinely country.
He's real life country.
Like, I'm real life country.
No. He's country.
I'm country like that. Like
I'm talking
hillbilly.
about what he likes his country, like his car choices, his boots, but it's been that, but it's always been a sprinkle of upper class, so classy. I don't know what you would consider it. It's like his boots is gonna be Louis.
Right.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. It's country, but he got the sauce on it.
He still got the sauce on it.
He ain't gonna get no mud on them boots.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? But it's still gonna be the boots that I wouldn't get.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But he gonna pull it off. You know what I mean? But anyway, just knowing all that, just even while we doing the music, I'm not gonna be the first to say like, oh, I know he's about to be this amazing artist or whatever like that because I didn't meet him as an artist.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I'm a big and I probably need to get out of this, but it's probably everybody. How I meet you is how I see you.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I met him as that, and by the time he was doing the country songs, I feel like it more so came like when we did a country record, it was just because I did a country beat. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And he tackled any beat that I did. You know what I'm saying? Because he was just that type of writer. So I just knew him as that type of person. So when he did the other country records, I heard him, but I thought it was just a catalog of songs.
Yeah,
you see what
he
I'm saying?
was like on his songwriting tip.
Exactly, but he was saying that he was always saying the trailer trap. Well, later on, like he was always saying like the trailer trap and the what he wants to do now. Like I think it grew up. I think after doing so many of those records, I think it became like this can be my lane. I think he figured it out through writing. You know what I'm saying? And then, yeah. And then
like he gifted. Like when I first heard the country songs, because like you'll be talking to Blanco. And Blanco be talking to you like regular voice. And then he'll just turn into some other shit. Like flip instantly, like on some actor shit. Like I just turned into this country singer.
Right.
On this trap beat that got some country elements, but I just trapped this shit out and made it. I didn't know what he was gonna be.
Right.
I couldn't see that far. But I knew like this is ultra talented. Like
yeah, that's one thing I've always known. Like I was like, yo. And it was some writers around that was quite jealous of Blanco.
Right.
Yeah, like because he was just, I mean, you got to get out the way of talent sometimes. You know what I'm saying? It's like LeBron, you just got to get out the way. Like he's great. You know what I'm saying? And so when you around greatness, it ain't no stopping it. You just got to figure out how to be a part of it. You know what I mean? That's what it was with Blanco. It's like, and I feel like that's the same thing. It was vice versa. You know what I'm saying? It's just like,
I mean, y'all boys was always together. Right. Y'all boys was always in the. Like I used to work up here as an intern a lot.
Right.
You boys was always working
for sure.
Like it.
He was the only person. If I compare writer, especially around that time, he was probably the only writer that matched my work ethic. You know what I mean? Like
That's
it didn't matter. I remember it'd be times they didn't let us step in. That's another thing about Icon in the growth of, you know, just even relationships, just being able to do some of the stuff we were doing. You know what I mean? I wouldn't have been able to. I wouldn't even have met Blanco if it wasn't me being here at Icon. I met him here. So, you know, just some of that growth and the people that you meet, it's just, like, I don't think I would have met him at some of the other studios that's super smoked out and all that other, you know what I'm saying? It's like I said, the quality of people that you just meet and that you come across, you know what I mean? He was just happened to be one of the few greats.
The real gem.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm at, this after I know you. I know you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I know you. I done did work for you. You done paid me all this shit. You got at different facilities and everything.
Right.
I'm at church.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? I'm at church. You know, they having a little, it's the praise session with the music.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Song comes on, hit them. Kid Classic.
That's crazy.
That's the stamp.
I'm like, oh, hold on.
First of all, they played the MP3 of the song at church. That's crazy.
Yes.
Because, you know, normally they just
the church, I go to a church called Together at 712. Okay. It's a smaller church. Okay. So they don't have like we don't have like an actual choir yet.
Oh, okay,
so
got you.
We do like, we play videos.
Okay, that's dope.
Yeah, like it's like, we do it with a video and then we got speakers and stuff to make it sound real or whatever. Right. But talk to me about this gospel, because I know you. Right. But like, I know you from hip hop, R&B, you know what I'm saying? But this gospel record, when I heard Kid Classic in church, I was like, oh yeah. Big talented. Talk to me about that.
Corinne Hawthorne.
How did it come about, or like just about this, like in what aspect?
From the aspect of you as a producer, like I know you didn't go out and be like, yeah, I want to get this gospel out.
Get this gospel
for sure.
You know, I want to do this gospel record
for sure.
You know what I'm saying? So we know that you were approached by it. What was the whole story behind the remix for Won't He Do It?
It had to be done in 24 hours. So that was definitely a thing. You know what I mean? So. Definitely had to throw my whole day aside to do it. I mean, you know, definitely thankful that that's happened. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I got the call from Makiba. She was dealing with what's my guy name? Phil. She was Phil is the president over at RCA Inspiration, and yeah, but they wanted me to do it in my way. So, because one thing about it, I'm always say I'm not the super gospel producer. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just you're about to have all these key changes, and it's about to be you know how like gospel is. You know what I'm saying? Like the normal gospel, I feel like it's getting shaped different now. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But you know the gospel, 2016 or 17, whatever year that was. If you look back before that time, it wasn't like 808s and nothing like that happening. You know what I mean? So they wanted me to bring the hip hop and R&B aspect to this record. And at that time, Corinne, new artist, she was on The Voice and all that stuff. I think it was she was on The Voice and stuff. So them type of situations, you never know where it's gonna go. But doing the record was fun, and it's always dope doing like post production on like some like when the vocals was already there, because the vocals was already there when I went in and did the beat, because they couldn't use what they had because of Oprah or something like that. Mm-hmm. So since they couldn't use what they had, that's when I had to come do the version that she was able to put out, and that the label was able to put out.
Right.
So because they didn't release
the green
leaf, that was all Oprah.
Right.
You know what I mean? So the record that they released was my record. So that's the ones that's on her albums, her EPs, all the other stuff is me. But yeah, like I think it opened a door just from in many ways for her, for me, just even a mentality for me, just from okay, they like this, you know what I'm saying? I was like, but and then for her, just being a new artist, you see what that did, and then I was fortunate enough to do a second single after that, so it just kind of definitely opened up some doors, and you know, won't he do it?
Absolutely. 2 Dove Awards later.
Right.
A Grammy nomination later.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now, I remember being out in LA, and I actually posted this on my Instagram the year you were nominated. Like, you know, a couple of years earlier, man, we were outside the Grammys trying to get in. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And now here you are, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's growth, man. That's hard work and determination. They paid off.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, with that, I want to go back a little bit from that point though, with artist development, because you know, for me, this all played a key role in your development.
Right.
There were a couple of artists that you worked with. One was Johnny Blaze.
Yeah, Johnny Blaze.
That you know, you really sat down and went in with Johnny.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? And of course the other one was Shang.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you did an amazing album on Shang.
Yeah,
that was right. This is a story.
Did they ever release?
No, man, they never released it. This is Cash. This is a story. I love telling this story.
I remember Shang. I remember Shang.
But see, I don't know if you know the story, right? Class had did this record with another producer. What was my boy's name?
Matt. You talking about Matt Steez?
Yeah.
Yep.
Did this record with Matt Steez. And this writer wrote it, and Shane went in there and recorded the record. And I thought the song was dope. She came to me and was like, yo, I want this rapper to be on the record.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I was like, well, you know, who? And she was playing me this rapper. I was like, yo, this, are you serious? Like, are you really want this guy on your record? You know what I'm saying? And of course, Class knew him. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't know him that day.
You didn't, but no, I don't mean that you knew him, but you knew who he was. You didn't know who he was either? Oh, so you didn't know who he was either.
No.
So, but you didn't. I'm sorry. I honestly felt that the record was trash. And this is coming from a guy in his 50s.
Right, you good.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, so I just wasn't into, you know, that whole situation. So she was like, yo, this man, he's dope, this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? We need to get him on the record. And I was like, I did what I needed to do. I did my research. You know what I'm saying? I looked at his Instagram page, saw who was co-signing him. And I saw how his page was steadily growing. And then I found out that in the next few months or so, he was going to be on a freshman cover.
Right. Oh, okay.
You know, XXL freshman. So it was like, all right, well, I don't know how we gonna get to this guy.
All right.
And then Class was at the strip club, was at Magic City.
I was at Magic City.
And happened to run into the rapper.
From gospel to Magic City.
And this is before he did the gospel record. He was at Magic City. He was like, yo, man, I'm with this rapper like right now, and he'll do it, you know, for this amount of money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And we were like, yo, so we tried to call the label.
Oh my God.
What was that?
The label slept.
Oh man, they slept big time. We had to talk the label into do. They didn't want to do the full amount. Yeah. They did half of it, and then I had to do half.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? And this guy pulls up to the studio, lays, you know, comes in, lays the record, you know what I'm saying, does this whole thing, and I'm telling you, this record was a banger. This record, I still feel that record's a banger, man.
It could have been the label, dog.
Yeah. It was an independent label that just totally slept on this, and we told them all of this. We're like, he's co-signed by these people. Yep. He's about to be on the XXL freshman cover. Yep. You know what I'm saying? People are checking for him. Guess who it was? Cash.
I don't even know what record y'all talking about.
It's a record. Well, you wouldn't have heard it.
But I probably heard it though. That's the thing about I probably heard it.
The record was called Faded, and the rapper was 21 Savage.
Yep.
No.
21 Savage. I'm not even going to tell you how much we got 21 Savage for at that point.
Oh my God.
I'm not even going to tell you
And what he wanted for the video.
And the label wouldn't go through on
The label, you know, they slept, they dragged their feet, they drugged their feet
right
on this thing.
They ended up paying the other half, right? I don't know.
No, they paid the half. Yeah, I got paid.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying for the song, but they still were dragging their feet with it.
All
you
right.
know, they were taking their time with the video. That's why the video never got done, and all of that. Then all of a sudden, what happens? Cash, the cover comes out, and he's blowing up like he's hotter than fish grease.
This is right before the Metro and him dropped that album, but when they did drop.
It was over.
It was over.
It was over.
It was probably like a month before.
That record could have been in the stratosphere because of everything that was
going on around him.
That was going on around him.
And he really liked her.
Yeah, he did. He did.
He really liked her, like in many ways.
That's why I had her come to the studio. She's like, "Do I have to be in studio?" Hell yeah, you need to be in the studio.
Like,
for real, you need to be in the studio.
Yeah, please be in the studio. Yeah, I'm sure he doesn't want to see me.
Right. So we did that record. But the whole project, man, on her, there was a record called Wishing Well.
Oh man, I forgot.
Man, that
was a ballad, wasn't it?
Yeah, a classic pop power ballad that she killed. And the label just slept on it. You know what I'm saying? They just slept on the whole situation.
Yeah.
But
I learned a lot from that situation.
But see, yeah, and that's what I was going to ask you. It's like, yo, from that, because, you know, moving forward again,
all right, for sure.
you ended up signing your own artist.
All right, yeah. Natalie.
Mm-hmm. You know, very beautiful, very young, very talented singer. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And then you went on to, you know, develop her as well as help develop the rapper 16 OZ.
OS, yeah, I got you.
OS, but he's gonna kill me because that's why I just call him 16. I always mess up his name. You know what I'm saying? And but all of that played a part in your growth, I feel.
Right. No, it did. It did.
And then tell us about MADAR, Madar, what that means, and how you came up to that, how you came up with that.
So Madar is something I always had, or at least just thought it was a dope name. I was just talking about this, but I think now, as of like the past couple of months, I've just understood what Madar could potentially be. Mm-hmm. You know, I think every young person who get in the game, they come up with these companies and consider it to be a label.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But then, like, after you start finding out what a label is, you're like, well, I don't know if I got a label. You know what I mean? So then I switched it, like, it's a production company and all that stuff. But anyway, just taking those experiences with the two you said, Shang
and Johnny Blaze.
Johnny Blaze. So Johnny, I wasn't as well. I was definitely a part of, but Shang was obviously a whole nother level. Just from that was your artist to, you know, we being in the streets with her and all that other stuff. After doing a record with Johnny, it'd be like that was pretty much it. Well,
right.
I guess I can't say that either because she would invite me different places.
Right. And you were a lot hands on.
Yeah, I was definitely a lot hands on because she was new to Atlanta, right, at that point too. But I guess I got more lessons with Shang. Mm-hmm. Shang in development of at least Madar with Natalie, because Shang with the record that we talking about, the label slept on. Because behind that, what we was doing was shit, going to the club with her and going to DJs and just going to people I knew, just like this promoter or this DJ or this, hey, yo, this is gonna be new girl, we got the song with 21. So I'm talking to every host, doing all the other stuff. So by the time the label pulled the rug,
right,
you know what I'm saying, right under it just, that obviously don't feel good for nobody who put all this energy into artists, a song, or anything like that. So just to have that is almost a sense of pride at that point. So that just inspired. I was like, man, I can't feel that again. Right. You know what I'm saying? So it feels like if that energy is going to be put in to anybody, it's going to be somebody that is something that I can at least control. You know what I'm saying? So, and I think it paid off when that. You know, obviously Shang and her was two totally different artists.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? She would that, but she could have us now. She could have a song with 21, but. I don't even know what that sounds like, but,
right.
but Shang and 21, I can hear that.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, it just played a part in building how I want to deal with artists, I guess, and the like, you know what I mean? And then with Shang and Johnny, it was my first time doing what I always knew I could do, which was executive producing artists. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And just really making a cohesive body of work. I didn't have the opportunity to do that with people before because, you know, it's like, you know, it's either placements. You know, just like I got one record over here, one record over there. But I've always been the person like, man, I want to do a body and work, and just knowing that you could do that, especially with a female artist, which is totally different than a male approach. You know what I mean? Just knowing that you're able to do that. And then with Shang, it was getting songwriters and getting it was songwriters. And then we get some other stuff. Just putting stuff together.
Yeah, it was a whole process. We put together the whole songwriting team. You know what I'm saying? And then you know you were handling the production. Like it was a. And
then you had the creative
the creative team, the etc.
Yeah, so it was even dope to understand like that needs to be in place to even build one cohesive project, and then just to build an artist in its entirety. So it's a lot of knowledge and lessons just came from my observation. But not even just observation. I guess I'm a part of it as well. But, But just sometimes you just around stuff and just not even know that you soaking in some shit. You know
Absolutely.
what I'm saying? You just like, I can do this because that's what we had to do when we did this. You know what I mean? So yeah, it played a huge part in development of what made our potentially still could be. You know what I mean? Yeah, I still pull stuff back from like when I did this, when I did that.
Right.
And shoot, Natalie, that was a whole learning lesson in itself. That was a whole separate learning lesson because I was on both sides at that point.
Right.
You know what I mean? Before I was more so just in the producer side.
And
then I still learned a lot of business stuff dealing with the damn label.
Right. Yeah.
So I still learned a lot of business stuff, but even more so with Natalie because, like I said, there was more stuff that I had more control of.
Right.
And you know, I was obligated to a lot more.
That's what's up. All right. So let's get into the studios, though. You know what I'm saying? You know, you left Icon. You needed your own place. You know, you hit a glass ceiling. It happens to everybody. You know what I'm saying? So you needed a place. Well, like you said, your main thing that I gather from today's conversation is the elements where you can control.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's fair.
And I don't mean that in a negative way. It's like, you know, you want to be able to, the more you can control the environment around you, I feel.
And keep your mind.
Right, exactly. You know what I'm saying?
Mental health is a real thing now.
Exactly, for real.
I don't even think mental health was a word at that point. I mean,
facts.
Yeah, like back then it was like,
you tripping. You lazy.
You tripping or something.
Right. What's wrong with you?
Right.
Yeah, but now it's like, no, I'm just controlling my environment.
Right, controlling the environment. And it does lead to having a better peace of mind.
Right, for sure.
Right, because you don't have to bend to anybody else's rules. You're not following anyone else's thing because it's theirs.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, Dr. Dre and Eazy-E, you know what I'm saying? Yep. They didn't want to follow Lorenzo's platform or where he was going. They had to go and find out their own situation. Like it's throughout the course of time, it's the same thing.
Same thing, right?
You have to find your vibe, and you have to build it on your own and be able to control your own outcome.
Right.
Win or lose.
Right.
Win or lose.
Yeah, and a lot of people just ain't willing to take that gamble.
But you did it twice.
Right. What's the second time?
Your second one umbrella.
Oh, 2 studios.
Yeah. 2 studios. No, and not one and then another, and one dropped, and then 2 studios right now under the control of Madar Entertainment.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? And of course, you have partners, but it's Madar Entertainment doing what they do.
Right.
So break that down to us right quick.
As far as what, just
how did you like? It's time for me to do this. Like, okay, now, and I left out a spot because before the actual building, what's the name of the? I'm sorry, what's the name of the? No, but after that, where are you at now? The first one, the collab.
Oh, the collab. Oh, okay, collab.
Yeah. Before the collab, there was the Artist Factory.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, but you out.
I didn't outgrow that
one. I'm about to say, I said, no, that's not the word for this.
I didn't outgrow that one.
So walk us through what happened, the evolution.
I know I would have, but.
Right. But yeah. We all know what happened there. Well, we don't all know, but
I blast them. No, but yeah, man. But yeah, we said walk us through just getting it.
Yeah.
Well, one, so leaving the Artist Factory, end up getting into another building. Remember that building? I can't even remember, with the gate.
Oh yeah. Over there by the zoo. Yeah.
End up going there.
Forgot about that.
Because even how I got there, so I don't even know what you call it, whatever happened at the Artist Factory, but pretty much they sold the building and we just had to get out.
It was an eviction. That's what it was.
Get out right now.
A forced eviction.
Now you got to be gone by the weekend. I'm like, whoa, I just pay rent. But anyway, so we had to, all that equipment and stuff, you got to try to put it somewhere. So anyway, that's how I ended up at the second location, because my boy the rent was getting too high for him. And so he just let me end up partnering with him. So anyway, from there, he ended up leaving me, going to LA. So I had to figure that out or whatever. But with the collab, I actually met my two partners over at Artist Factory, because they ended up running 2 studios out of Artist Factory. And yeah, it's horrible, that whole situation. But they end up just opening it, buying all this equipment, buying the TV, all the other stuff, and they're like, yeah, look nice. Can you be gone by Saturday?
Right.
You know what I mean? So yeah, they actually ended up finding the building for the collab, because they had a realtor or whatever. I was cool where I was at the time, but then I wasn't at the same time. You know that situation.
Yeah.
So and again, those are situations that I just can't control. You know what I mean? So I find, I guess, myself and having to be able to control the situation to a certain extent.
Right.
You know what I mean? So the collab, that's pretty much how we end up getting there. They end up finding the building, and then we were just down to just kind of put our money together, our heads together, and come up with that property. And then for the second one, I always wanted, and I still want, because this ain't even it now that I'm here, but I wanted to redo the Artist Factory.
Right.
Because it pissed me off so much.
Right.
So I'm like, man, I'm about to revamp this, you know what I'm saying? Because they was open for like 17 years.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So, and I'm still going to do it. But that's what the idea was going into the second building. Obviously I didn't want to compete with myself. So, yeah, like, so one is like the normal hourly block, whatever. And then the other one is like, I'm just renting the rooms out. Just one as a way of not competing with myself. And 2 is just a way to make passive income, and they also give people opportunities to do what I did, when I was at the Artist Factory.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Everybody like their own space, you know what I mean? Yeah, so and that's a way for them. And I know I'm not on no dirty shit. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, it's still a way for them to control their situation. You know what I'm saying? So we haven't had no problems with that.
I just want to say, like, I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? As an engineer.
Oh man, I appreciate you.
Like, I remember when you was here. You was like, bro, I'm finna open my own spot. This before you went to the Artist Factory. Like, you were still working. I'm gonna open my own spot. You could be able to come, you know what I'm saying, so you can make some more bread, you know what I'm saying. Like, you would give me the price, the studio.
Oh, that's another thing. I was reducing the price for engineers.
Yeah, you would reduce this studio and allow us to make more bread, you know what I'm saying. I think I was I was working with Shoe Heavy at the Artist Factory, and then I became the head engineer here.
Right.
And then I think did I send Bless over there? I think I sent Bless.
You probably did
because I had
no Bless like that.
Yeah, I had to do
across him or something, but I didn't know him.
Yeah, I was like, he was like, I can't do it. Like, call Bless.
I was like, call in.
He like Bless.
First of all, let's be also clear because I know a lot of people who probably do situations like this. They be trying to take engineers and try to take clients and take. I ain't never do none of that.
No. You was always solid, but you was trying to help, like,
did that.
because I was in the place where I had to make money.
Yeah.
You helped me make money. You helped me make more money. You showed me, all right, bro, you ain't got to abide by this rate. You can abide by yourself and go find a facility, and then you can put your own rate on that facility, so that you like you. Essentially, with that little thing, you showed me how to make real money as an engineer. You know what I'm saying? People don't give people game like that. People don't say, hey, you can come get this room for $25 when you leasing this room for $55. And then you let me sell the room for the same $55.
Yeah.
And get the same money.
Get the money.
People ain't doing that. People's not doing that.
All right.
That's giving back.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? That's paying it forward.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's important. That's important. So we're looking at, entrepreneur, studio owner, producer, engineer. You know, you engineer less and less now. But you also mix.
Yeah, I still love mixing. I just don't like recording.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm with you. It takes you long to make the bread.
Yeah, it's like 4 hours. It's like,
right.
I could have made 3 times this in these 4 hours. What am I doing?
Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah.
So with all of that going on, you still had the time, and this is where I'm most proud, right here. You still had the time to give back to your community, not just to the engineers and stuff, but to the community. Every Thanksgiving, you're like, yo, we got to feed. We're gonna set up our own stands in the parking lot. We're gonna feed the hungry. And it wasn't like
was it that one year? That 1 year you came? Was you with us that and they stopped it? Or something like that.
What was it?
Who stopped it?
Okay. So
like
because
the city?
we were in
the Atlanta
parking lot. Yeah.
Atlanta, you gotta have a pass.
We didn't have no license.
Yeah, we were just
we were just out there giving out sandwich bags and stuff like that.
I remember. I do remember your drive though.
Yeah,
I do remember your drive.
And it wasn't for nothing. Like this is something that he just wanted to do.
Yeah,
and that was what was important.
We had footage or nothing.
We
you was doing it yourself.
I was always like, we need to put this out there.
I mean, we probably still should have. I mean, I understand it more and more now.
You know what I'm saying? But that wasn't his intent. Right. He didn't want the notoriety. He just wanted to do
help
it.
people.
He had been blessed. He wanted to pass the blessings on to other people.
All right, fast.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what made me, the most proud. Watching your growth, bro. Watching your growth, and man, like I told you, I'm that proud uncle, man. Even when you're not around, I stand around and I look at look at this mug. Boy, I watch your posts and everything that you do, and I'm like, it's just amazing to watch you grow.
I be trying.
But you know what I mean? Like you be on Facebook too, but you be saying real shit. Like you don't just be like just talking, just to rant. That should be a real life. Like you'll say some shit that catch me, like you know how somebody will say some shit and it's like, damn, he not talking about me, but he talking about me.
All right.
Like you can give a nigga reality check, like on them Facebook statuses.
All right.
This nigga kid class.
Just like they say, somebody need to hear this shit. I don't know who it is, but somebody need to hear this shit today.
All right.
Yeah, like I pay attention to you. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't see you as much. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
But you know what I'm saying? Like I be with Jamal. You feel me? I be in that spot. You know what I'm saying? I see the spot where this spot was nothing.
Did you see
no. I seen that shit when it was when nothing was in there. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Like I talk to like me and Bless still talk. We like brothers. You know,
I put him on some situation.
That's what I'm saying.
There's a couple people. I hope you get a play.
That's what I'm saying, man. You the GOAT. Like I know people that you impacted. Besides myself, I know different people that you impacted that I know. You know what I'm saying?
If I ever die, man, we got to play this interview. This is dope.
Yeah, we giving you your flowers now.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And the thing of it is, there's much more to come. You're just scratching the surface right now. You know, you're still a young man, and you're building, and you're doing it, man. And that's what this show is all about. We checking the credits. It's not just watching what's on the back of the album, but just watching what you do with life and how you paint it back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so because people, everybody wants to be the artist. But they only want to be the artist because I feel like they don't know what everybody else does. You know what I'm saying? To really make this artist what this artist is. You know what I'm saying? But I seen you do all this. I seen you make beats. I seen you work with songwriters. I seen the song go to a real artist. I seen, you know what I'm saying? Like, you did everything that it is to do.
Work with the established writers, all of it. You know what I'm saying? No, that's dope, man. I mean, shoot, I definitely appreciate it. Like I said, I learned plenty from this, man, right? One of the weirdest fucking things I've learned. What you like to hear a quote that you told me when we first got
Yeah, we got to hear that.
You're going to have to say it now because he's not going to let it go.
It ain't going. You got to say it.
Hey, man, look, man. This man, look, one of the first things he told me, this shit's sick, but it's real. It's definitely real, and I understand it more and more now. He said, man, listen, you going to get fucked. I'm just trying to get you some Vaseline. He said, I'm just trying to get you some Vaseline. I'm just trying to make it smooth for you. I said, what kind of sick shit is but I get it. You know what I'm saying? I get the what would you call it?
The analogy.
The analogy of it, you know what I'm saying? Because you deal with certain situations, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, from the same situation to just moving forward at every freaking deal that I been a part of or just observed or whatever, you know what I'm saying? You just see, like, all right, cool, clearly these niggas ain't trying to just befriend you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Right. Or just friend you, whatever, how the saying go. But clearly, you know, there's a something that they want out of it, you know what I'm saying? And of course, they're going to want the most. You know what I'm saying? So you just got to determine how you get fucked.
Yeah, pretty much.
And that's pretty much what they'll get from it. It's just like, I think I'll take that with me for every situation, you know, because it's almost like learn how to be taken advantage of. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm glad I could provide some sort of insight.
Yeah. No, you got plenty of insight. But that one right
that's
there.
That's some good advice, though.
Stuck with you.
Hell yeah, that shit gonna stick with anybody. Look, hey, look, if there's headlines for this interview, that's one of them right there, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to make it smooth for you. So I was like, damn. I was like, that's sick. But like now, I'm like, damn.
You gotta appreciate it, though.
I'm like, there's another way he could have said that. I'm like, maybe that was on his heart. And he felt like I need to hear it another way. And maybe I just didn't listen to anything else.
But see, that's the thing. Like, that did stick with you, though. That, you know what I'm saying? It made an impact.
No, it definitely made an impact. So I'm like, but I like I said, I totally understand the thought process behind that analogy, you know what I mean? So, and I live by it. Like, it's always the crazy shit for me, though. It's like that. I was at Grand Hustle, and one thing was I was listening to somebody beats or whatever, and I was like, man, they sound like this person, like in a dope way. I just looked at it as like yo, like, man, I'm comparing you to like a great, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But they called me to the office and they were like, hey, listen, nobody cares about your fucking opinion. And I was like, but they ain't said like they said that, but it was like, it was always, it was something around it.
Right.
And then that was it. They were like, man, listen, you gotta understand, nobody cares about your opinion. Mm-hmm. It was something like that. It wasn't hey, fuck you, nobody cares. It wasn't that. You know what I'm saying? So when they broke it down to me in that way, it was just like, I always thought about it, even like just being an engineer. Like, even by the time I got here, I understood it even more. Because it was like, by the time I'm in sessions or whatever, and people like, what you think about the record? And I'm like, I know you don't care. Because you paying me to be here.
Right.
You paying for me to massage you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I know you don't give a fuck about my opinion. So, but I had to learn that. Because there's some engineers, that you come across and they got every opinion in the world.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like, hey, listen, you scan the artist. Nobody care about your fucking opinion, even when they ask.
My default opinion is cool.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I needed to hear that then. When he said nobody care about your, hey, listen, nobody care about your fucking opinion. I'm like, damn. But I take it everywhere I go now.
Right.
And the same thing. It was like, hey, I'm just trying to get you some Vaseline, and it's like, damn, I get it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So anyway, that was a couple of things I learned.
You learned along the way.
I learned a lot more, but I had to put that one on the spot. That's gonna stick. That one gonna stick.
Yo, so people want to. How do people follow you, Class? And how do people book your studios?
I actually have a studio number now. I don't remember it. I gotta find better fact. Let me get this. It's let me see what it is.
Is this for both of the studios or just the one?
Both of them.
Okay.
So you can follow me at The Real Kid Class. Everything's spelled proper. I know everybody like to throw a silent letter in there for some reason.
Throw an apostrophe over something.
I don't know.
Class A.
All right. The E is silent. But yeah, so follow me at The Real Kid Class pretty much on everything. Same thing on Twitter, Facebook. And you can book the studio. You can hit me on IG. Eventually, I'm gonna have an assistant to do this. But and the number you can call to book, I guess either studio is 470-475-3084.
There it is.
So, yeah, there we go, man. You
Hey.
know? Working to grow, man. Working to keep making y'all proud. I hope I don't do anything to make y'all look sideways. And
I don't even think you can go that way. I don't think you can do it, dog.
Yeah, for real.
You been doing fly since I knew you.
Man,
like you ain't never went
bro.
backwards.
Man,
You never went backwards.
I appreciate it.
We're going to continue checking the credits. This will not be your last time on the show.
For sure, man.
But I'm glad that you're on the show today. Once again, this is our first show for Check the Credits for Cash and I. And, man, we're glad that you were able to take the time out to spend some time with us. We really appreciate it.
The invite, man. Appreciate the invite. I love being a part of dope shit.
There it is. It's dope shit. Oh, it's dope shit.
What are you doing to my set, Ian?
I'm messing up his set, yeah. I'm messing up his set. Hey, y'all. Again, thank y'all for tuning in. This is the new show, Check the Credits. Ian Burke, Cash Junkie. Ian F. Burke, my bad. I got to start working on my brain.
Don't say that.
What the F stand for?
Don't say the Burke without the F. What is it?
The F stand for phenomenal?
Phenomenal. Ian P.H. Burke. No. Ian F. Burke and my man, Cash Junkie, baby. Coming up next, we have our artist segment. For our artist segment, we have none other than the beautiful Mariah Lynn from Jersey, from that reality show that will remain unnamed. So come back, check us out.
What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Mariah Lynn, and I'm about to be on Check the Credits with my boys, Ian and Cash Junkie. Period.
I just wanna fuck. 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 I just wanna fuck.
I just wanna fuck.
I just wanna fuck. I just wanna fuck. I just wanna fuck. I just wanna fuck. I just wanna fuck. I just wanna fuck. I just wanna fuck. I just wanna fuck.
Ass up, face down, swing up in it like a playground. Take a ride on that Greyhound, knocking boots like it's H-Town. Legs up, face down, you can tell me how it tastes now. Lick it clean off the plate now, pop that pussy like a tray pound. I wanna fuck on the balcony, bustin' that in the alleyway. I need that dick, incredible hoe. Give me a Henny and Alizé, eat my ass in a taxi. From the front to the back seat, spell your name on my ass cheeks. He like, ooh girl, you nasty.
I just wanna fuck. 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 I just wanna fuck.
I got that gushy, gushy, juicy, juicy, wet ass pussy. Now give me quickies like my mama house when we play hook. Throw it back in the kitchen while I'm doing the dishes. Toss my salad on the table, he said that was delicious. Standing up, pick me up, I don't care, I just wanna fuck. Slurp it up till I get it up, ride the dick like giddy up. I wanna smash, you want some ass, I need a large, large bag. I want 1,000, bitch, I'm a stallion, give me that hard, hard ass. I just wanna fuck, 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 I just wanna fuck.
Yeah, and welcome back. This is our artist segment. Yo, Cash, these women are getting bold, man. Wanna fuck.
Real bold.
Wanna fuck.
They getting like us.
You know what I'm saying? There's no filter now. It's just like, all right, let's go ahead and
cool
do this.
with it. I'm cool with it.
All right.
Cool with the no. I'm cool with the women
Don't
talking
get
to
me
men
wrong.
like men.
I'm cool with it too. You know what I'm saying? I want somebody to come up to me and ask me, you want to fuck? Yes. Sir, yes. You know what I'm saying? Ma'am, let's go.
They done flip the script. But
Yeah, this is the artist segment now. And y'all just heard this record from our next guest, the beautifully talented, former reality, but we ain't getting into all of that, recording star, once upon a time, not long ago. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Mariah Lynn.
Hello, everybody.
Welcome to Atlanta, sweetie.
Thank you. I love it here in the A.
Okay.
I'm
How
happy.
often you get here?
As often as I can, to
Really?
be honest.
Really?
Yeah. Definitely. I mean, there's so many opportunities out here that are not in other places.
Right.
So I think this is kind of becoming like central station for artists like me or people who are in the industry, comedians, actors, stuff
Absolutely.
like that. Atlanta's where it's at.
All right.
Atlanta is the new Mecca. It's the new
It's not the
Mecca.
new. It is not the new Mecca.
No,
like
it's
we've
the
been
new
here.
I mean, but we became the Mecca. I give it to us. We became the Mecca maybe like 2012 or something. Like prior to that,
What?
somebody else could have claimed it. But since 2012, Atlanta is like
Okay,
the Mecca.
we don't sit on the same side of the fence with that, but that's cool. That's cool.
I mean, we black LA now. What you
Well,
mean?
yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. Just more country. That's all. just more country. Have you recorded down here?
I have actually.
What producers have you worked with?
I worked with a couple producers. I'm actually really excited. I have a collab coming with an artist who's just, oh my God, out of this world talented.
Right.
Her name is Autumn Marini. She
Yes. Autumn comes here to rehearse all the time. I know. We love Autumn.
Love her.
Yeah.
Oh my God, just her vibe,
background,
her energy, her team.
Yeah.
Like it's just good vibes, positive energy. Like we actually got in the studio yesterday, and we working on a couple tracks together. So I'm excited because I like her swag, I like her sound, I like just the vibe. That's the sauce. Like people could steal the sauce, but they can't have the recipe. And I feel like me and her got in there, and what we cooked up, like we really chefed it up. So I'm
see that, and see I'm mad now because she only comes here to rehearse. She doesn't come here to record.
Oh, okay.
She's always rehearsing her shows here, but she should have brought you here to record though. I'm gonna have to have a conversation with that young lady.
Well, we're supposed to get in the studio again before we leave, so we can definitely maybe work something out.
Y'all got to come back and work with your boy Cash.
Okay, yes, listen.
One of the top engineers in the city. He definitely doing it.
You got the heat. I got
the sauce. You just said the sauce. You know what I'm saying?
It
can't be replicated. Can't be duplicated.
Got the beat. I'll bring the heat.
So that's what's up. So, how long you here for?
I've been here for a few days now. I'm actually here till Tuesday, so I've been moving nonstop, but I'm gonna continue to move nonstop. I probably might return home and need a whole day of just D&D my phone because I've been so active, but I love it. I'm enjoying it. Like I'm pushing through it because it's just exciting. Like the adrenaline for me is actually keeping me going more than I thought I would because since pandemic and stuff, I feel like a lot has slowed down. So
it has.
We get comfortable too being back home around our family, So I do miss that, but overall, I feel real good about being here.
Okay.
It's so much to do here.
So is this the beginning of the new Mariah Lynn? Because you look gorgeous, you're
Thank
glowing.
you.
Know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
Is this the start of something new for you? Now I know you're doing some more reality TV, and we'll get into that in a minute. But is this now the recording part, the recording artist part? Is this something that you're like grabbing by the horns and saying, "Yo, it's really time for the world to take Mariah Lynn super seriously"?
Absolutely. Like I feel like it's personal. Personally, it's personal for me this year. Obviously we could get into other stuff, but I haven't always had the right team and stuff like that behind me. So like new team. I've had the same manager for over several years now. So
Right.
same manager, but just new team, new PR. Everybody's just working super hard for me. And I feel like before I did lack that loyalty, that consistency with a team who really just saw the bigger picture, So we getting all that stuff straight now,
Right.
and a couple people owe me a check that's gonna have to pay up eventually.
That's what's up.
But now I'm just more educated on the business. Like
Mhm.
before, I feel like coming into the game, you're just excited to be in these places and meet these people, and you want to impress these people, so you don't really have the overall real of it. But I feel like now that I have that clearer vision, my focus is just refocused on the right things. And it is for me not just like a rebrand, but more of like a rebirth. Like
I got you.
yeah, and just evolving. Like that's all I want to do. I don't want to get too much into it, but I know that there's way more in store for me
That's
than
what's up.
what's happening right now. So yeah, it's definitely coming. Like this year I'm going double hard, and I want people to focus more on the music than like the other stupid stuff,
Okay.
So you talked about like building your team
Mhm.
and finding people who are loyal to you and what you're trying to do.
Mhm.
How did you come about that as a independent artist? Because it's hard for independent artists.
Extremely. And I honestly want to take a moment to say that if you are an independent artist out there, or independent producer, or independent podcast, personality, keep going. Don't stop. Like you really need to know that like it's really the consistency and the hustle that's going to keep you, above float. And independent is good. People think that having a deal is all, rainbows and unicorns. Not everything that glitters is gold. Out of a 6-figure deal, you may end up with 300,000 after you're done with paying who you got to pay and stuff like that. So for me, independent is the best way to be. And there was situations that kind of set me back. Once upon a time, it was almost independently gold, but I personally have never seen a dollar from it. So we're in the process of
Wow.
straightening that out now. So when people look at
Wow.
Mariah Lynn and they wonder, oh, well, why isn't she where she should be? Or they, a lot of the fans comment in this stuff, and I see them, and I just don't have the answers for them in that moment, but I feel like I will be able to explain myself and tell my story eventually.
You putting in the work.
Yeah.
What is Mariah Lynn? Mariah Lynn putting in the work. That's the hard
Yes.
part of the independent side. Like you putting in the work. People don't like to put in work, so it's easy to sign the
No.
paper.
And people
It's
don't
not
like when
easy to
you're
put in
winning
work.
and they expect you to lose. So, it's kind of like that's why I stress the fact of like loyalty, and just it's hard to find people who really, really won't turn their backs on
Oh
you.
yeah, that's
is.
true.
Or
That's
try
true.
to snake you in this industry. Like, so just genuine vibes, I feel like is just really important, and don't feel defeated by anything or anyone. Because if that was the case, I would have gave up a long time ago.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So let's speak on it. Coming from reality TV,
Mhm.
it's very far and few. I mean, we could count on one hand the number of people that actually were able to blow or bloom from reality TV. You got Cardi B.
Mhm.
you
Shout out to
got-
Cardi.
She did that. For, you know what I'm saying?
That's
It's
my
from your
girl,
neck,
yeah.
from your neck of the woods. Yeah, K Michelle.
Yeah.
But for every one of those, you got like a Jocelyn.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Do
You
it
know
like
what
it's
I'm
every
saying?
day.
That reality TV seems to be more their forte.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So what are you doing different? That's aside from getting your team together, which is very important.
Yes.
It's always good to have a solid team behind you.
Mhm.
So how do you feel you're going to be able to get over that reality TV hump?
I feel like for me personally, it was kind of like a balance almost. Like it helped me because 6.1 million people were watching when that young Mariah Lynn got up on in that Power 105 interview, and I was brave for that because no female rappers were really talking about what I was talking about on Once Upon a Time. And I feel like, now we have City Girls and Meg and Lotto and, all these female rappers that are coming up on the Cardi and, that I feel like it's kind of like, I like that because I feel like now everybody could kind of be cohesive together and all of us uplift each other like girl power all the way, It's time to put the gloves down and get in the booth. You know what I'm saying? So
there it is. All right, well, let me get this out the way, Cash. This beautiful.
I know it's coming.
No. I'm gonna say this beautiful young lady could have gone anywhere, but she chose us. She chose us. You know what I'm saying?
She chose us.
A little local show in Atlanta to come and do her first interview, and you know what I'm saying. I gotta give props out to Josh because he had the foresight to call us and hit us up and say, "Yo, Mariah, she's coming back with some heat. You need to have her on your show." And we were like,
oh my God.
Okay.
The project is coming in April. And I'm excited because we have singles lined up that are not on the project, or should I say projects? I mean, it's one, but there's two sides to the project.
Mm-hmm.
I've been getting into different types of sounds now, working on finding my sound because Once Upon a Time, Mariah Lynn has come a long way since Once Upon a Time.
Right.
Not to say that would ever be something I would not want people to associate me with. I love that, but it's time to close that chapter and go on to the next phase of which I feel like is my turn.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's my turn, and this project is going to have a side A and a side B. One side is definitely going to give hip hop vibes, turn up vibes, club vibes, and then the other side is going to be a little bit different. More of maybe like some Latin flavor or, even some pop, hip hop stuff. Definitely some party records, mainstream. Like I'm giving 105.1 or, 106, and then I'm giving 103 KTU, stuff like that. So
the pop station.
Yeah, it's going to be a whole different thing. The project, again, is dropping in April. So I'm super excited, but singles consistently until the project drops is what you're
looking to do.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you said like you're finding a new sound and a different sound.
Mm-hmm.
How has your sound changed since reality TV?
Oh my God, I was 20 something, very early 20s. Okay, because I'm not up there yet, but I was very young, so. Even then, I feel like I didn't fully understand my sound or know my sound. Now it's a little different where it's like, I know what I got to do. I know how to structure the flows. I write my own stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm open to collaborating with writers. I'm never opposed to working with people and, spreading the money around. But I do love to take pride in writing my own stuff. So everything that I do is like 100% into it. You know what I'm saying? And really, I mean, my project for me is just letting people see the sides of me that they really didn't get to see on reality TV.
Right.
That's what I want to ask. Like, how, besides the music, how did life change since reality TV?
Greatly. I mean, it has its, it's a gift and a curse for me, honestly, because, thankfully my mother is healthy and in a great place, I still have custody of my little sister. It went from taking her when she was 6 months old to her now being 6 years old. So I now have a kindergartner, and I'm still juggling being a daughter, a sister, a mom, Mariah Lynn, a performer, a provider. So it's a little hard in some areas where I miss them, or I can't be there physically, but I could provide financially. So it goes back and forth, but life has changed a lot. Like I realized a lot. I've grown a lot. I've sacrificed so much and I lost so much for doing like stupidity. You know what I'm saying? So I learned from those mistakes, and now I look back and I'm like, wow, I'm grateful for them, those lessons, but ultimately I wish I would have learned them a little bit sooner because...
Well, that's all part of growth. You know what I'm saying? That's all part of growth. That's all part of growing up. That's all part of life.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And you're still young enough to really take advantage of all of this stuff still. You know what I'm saying? So Kudos to you. Kudos to you.
Thank
Now,
you.
are you educating yourself? Are you reading those books and
Oh my God.
the point structure, the streaming, and
Yeah.
all of that?
My
you know?
manager, Terrell, you don't understand. He's like my best friend, my stalker, my diary,
You
my
need
scheduler.
those. Let me tell you, you need those. You need those kind of people that really care about you, whether you up or down.
Exactly.
And that's the key. You said the key word earlier is loyalty. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? So if this person is loyal to you now, when you blow up, not if, when you blow up further, you got to make sure that you're sticking with that person.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. I mean,
Unless you want to come over to my management company. No, I'm just playing.
Right. No, I
I'll
love
just
my
tease you.
team, and I'm grateful now because it was a long road to get here. A lot of snakes in the grass, but I just be like so happy that they're gone, and I'm glad that actually I seen it sooner rather than later because, like you said, I would have hated to be at the top, surrounded by a bunch of snakes.
Yes, yes, yes. So are we leaving reality TV in the rearview mirror? What's up? What's up?
So I definitely want to say, thank you to everybody who was involved with my journey throughout the reality TV process. Did I kind of grow out of it? Yes. Will I say I'm done with it? No. Will I say that it will be, if I do, hypothetically speaking, if I do, ends up doing another reality TV situation, the focus will be Mariah Lynn, and I will control my own narrative, which will be an organic control over it, because I never want to, be the person who's trying to portray myself to be. No, I've always been open. I've always given the world the real Mariah Lynn. It's up to them to open their eyes to see past the slander, the propaganda, the lies, stuff like that, the blogs, they have a job to do. So I respect the blogs at the end of the day. And, it does help a lot of us in ways too. But ultimately, at the end of the day, I just want people to focus on the music.
Right.
That's my focus, just the music and making people feel good, because that's what I wanted to do coming into doing music. With Once Upon a Time, it was all about empowering women, even with Wanna Fuck, for me, it's like, fuck that double standard bullshit. You know what I'm saying? If a man could have a one night stand with a woman, why can't a woman have a one night stand with a man?
I told you they becoming nuts. They becoming
We
nuts.
agree totally.
Because there's people who have been together for 20 years, 30 years, who started off maybe as a one night stand. There are situations like that, who meet the love of their life in one night.
Absolutely.
You never know. She might give, the goat throat, and then it's over from there. The God 9000 is a sealed deal.
Oh,
like
a sealed deal.
Yeah.
I got it. Yeah, man. The goat throat. It's
a couple of them out
it's
there.
a done deal.
Okay.
All right. So, all right.
He don't know how to respond. He don't know how to take it. He don't know how to take it.
But I'm glad that there are women out there like you.
Yeah.
I can completely appreciate that.
Yeah, I mean, carry yourself with respect. Obviously, you don't have to, be a, a super soaker all over the place. But,
Right. But
I mean, have some fun and enjoy life, because you only live one life.
And that's my thing.
My great grandmother, just to add, was she's the best woman. Slept with one man her whole life. I don't know how she fucking did it, because I really don't know how she did it. But I like women like that. I feel like definitely are a prize. Is rare, But in the end of the day, I feel like if my grandmother could probably relive her life in this day and age rather than her time, she would do it a lot differently.
Right.
Because she always used to tell me, may she rest in peace. I lost her 2 years ago, but she used to always tell me, put your career first. Don't ever give your money to a man. Focus on your career, Focus. Money, career, business.
Did you follow that? Did you follow those?
I'm honoring her right now.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So forget about reality acting. What about serious acting? Have you given that any thought?
Yes. I saw Cardi in Fast and the Furious, and I was like, I want to do this too. I want to stunt dummy. I want to jump off shit. I want to, do that kind of stuff too. But I'm scared of heights, so I don't know how it's gonna.
That's why they got the stunt.
Yeah, that's why you got the stunt double.
Yeah, so I would love to do that though. I've definitely been around like Tyler Perry Studios
Right.
before, stuff like that. So I have the experience too. You know, I feel like I'm a professional at TikTok by now. Like,
Are you
so,
taking like acting lessons, or are you taking it that serious? Not yet.
Not lessons yet, because honestly, I feel like maybe it's the Napoleon complex in me. I feel like I walk in the room and I'm just gonna get the job. Like,
Okay.
but
Big confidence.
I think if I want, it's the confidence here. But if I want to do, you know, something serious, if an opportunity does come up, I've done a play in Atlanta before. I've done a couple little things like that to kind of give me the experience. But if a big opportunity came along, I would most certainly invest in those classes and stuff to get me up to par.
Okay. All right. So you did a play here in Atlanta? Like, you really spent time down here.
Yeah, and I've dealt with a lot of actors like in relationships in my life. So I mean, I kind of know how to play the game back too.
Okay, you gonna name drop? Name dropping?
They're not. No, I don't even know where they are right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so you
She
know
said they don't matter no more.
It's superfluous. Okay. Like,
all right. Well, what's the next single? That's what I want to know.
y'all just played it. Wanna Fuck is the next single. I did preview one of my initial singles on my Instagram called Giggity. I'm also super excited for that. Very fun record. Like I said, the project has a whole different, like, versatile selection of music to listen to. So all different people who enjoy all different genres may, you know, relate to one of those songs at least.
Right.
And I'm looking at it as kind of, I want to see what the people want from me as well, because I'm not going to stop. Like, the project is just the beginning.
So we know about Autumn. Are there any other surprise guests on the project? First of all, is it done? Let me ask you that, because I don't know. I might have to lock you in the studio with a couple of producers just to see what's up. But if it's done, you know,
it's not done. We have a very good selection of songs.
Right.
But do I feel like I could give stronger records? Absolutely. We do have some features. I really can't say no names, but I can tell you that there are definitely people who the people are going to enjoy, see me and hear me collaborate with.
That's what's up.
Yeah, because I am going to the next level, and I am on my way to that higher up. Let's just say that. So I'm looking forward to working with these different artists too, different genres. Like Autumn is completely different from, I just did a record with Dixon Was, which is a Spanish record. I was rapping in Spanish and English, you know, so I'm open to working with all artists. Any artists that want to work, definitely reach out to me. Any producers, videographers, photographers, studio owners, reach out. Shoot your shot.
Oh yeah.
You never know. You might hit that buzzer beater.
Okay.
So let's go back to the single we can talk about. Who is the producer on Wanna Fuck? Because I was listening to it. It's a rap song, but it has some pop crossover appeal. So I'm like, I like this. You know what I'm saying? It's different. Who produced it?
The same producer who produced Once Upon a Time, Never Bitch, Money Gun, literally been with me since day one. He produced Wanna Fuck as well.
Let me get his name. Let me get his name.
I'm sorry. He would be punching me in my wig right now. Like, hello.
I'm trying to get him some.
Shout out to Thirst Pro. I also want to shout out Official Above. I want to shout out James Easy. I want to shout out Mixed by Chameleon. I definitely want to the whole team. Like, if I didn't mention you, I'm sorry. You know, hold on, because I got one more that I know is very, very important. 40 has produced for a whole bunch of people. He did Baby on Baby, Baby's album. We just was in the studio with a producer yesterday who we're connecting with. I don't want to put that out there yet because that's a huge surprise. But I will say that he did have parts of like Culture 3, produced for Future. A whole bunch of people. Yeah. So I'm like going to LA. I'm actually like kind of producer scouting right now.
Okay.
So like I said, any producers, I don't care if we're recording in a closet. I came from that. I don't discriminate. Let's work.
That's what's
up. You can get good sound in the closet. You know? I can get good sound in the middle of somebody's living room. So. I
I was sitting there waiting.
Don't be looking at me.
I love y'all energy.
Don't be looking at me. It's your turn.
I'm looking at you, looking at him, looking at me.
All right. So, any shout outs? Anybody? You just gave a whole bunch of shout outs.
Yeah, well, shout out to y'all for having me here. Thank you so much.
Shout
I
out to y'all
appreciate
for
it.
hitting us up.
Shout out to Josh
If y'all knew,
for reaching out.
If y'all knew the story of
Mhm.
y'all reaching out to us, then y'all would understand how happy we are this year.
I'm so happy. Yeah, that does mean a lot, especially coming from y'all, because like this is the first time I've sat with some people. Y'all were very respectful. Y'all stuck to what I asked, and I appreciate that because a lot of people do tend to be messy. But I do want to shout a couple people out. I definitely want to shout out Remy. Remy is someone who I don't get to really thank as much as I should. I love Remy. 4:00 in the morning on phone calls with me. You know, she did the collab with me, all of that, but she's still so involved in my life. So definitely Remy. Terrell, my manager, Josh, my PR, my stylist, my makeup artist, my hairstylist, just my whole team. Like y'all go so hard and I love y'all so much. Y'all my family. And just everybody, look, y'all about to make me, everybody who has been so good to me this past year, who have literally been patient with my journey. My music is coming and I promise I won't disappoint. I'm going to give y'all the real Mariah Lynn. But I love, that's how emotional it gets me. I feel like a little punk, that I really love these people who love me, even the people I don't know. I love y'all so much. Thank you for supporting Mariah Lynn's journey. It means so much to me. It's the biggest gift. My career is the biggest gift I've ever gotten. So thank y'all.
See, now I gotta get up and get her some tissues.
I'm sorry, I don't want to fuck my beat up. It goes too much.
It's cool because
I couldn't hold it. I'm like, that's such a good question.
When y'all hit us up like we want to do this, like I was looking at this email like, what? What is going? I'm like, they want to do. I'm like, who?
Yeah,
you feel me? So
it's
like,
people like y'all that really help. Y'all don't understand. Amber. Amber Self, everybody, just Bob Celestin, John Fazio, the lawyers. It's everybody. It's literally like if one person lacks or doesn't, or one person's late, like we're like dominoes. It all falls down.
Right.
We're not crabs in a bucket. We got to stop stepping on each other. We got to help each other get out of that bucket, get out of the struggle, get out of the mud. We can't be stepping on each other. That's why I feel like it's personal for me this year.
Well, you know, our house is your house. Anytime you want to come back and spend time with us, please feel free. Feel free.
Thank you so much.
Where can people follow you? And definitely, I know who's the distributor of the music right now.
I'm distributing my own music right now. I now own all of the copyrights to all of my music.
Strong J.
Yeah.
Strong J.
Took me a long time, but every single song I own the copyrights to. So it's a story to tell, and it will be told one day.
So it can be found on all streaming
platforms. You guys can follow me on Instagram at Mariah Lynn Boss, Twitter Mariah Lynn Boss, TikTok. I'm booming. I'm learning the dances. I have a number actually in my bio on Instagram where you could personally text me. I know people think it's a bot. It's not. Me and Josh meet every single day with Terrell on a conference call. We go through texts. I respond personally sometimes when I'm, just on my free time. Instead of wasting my time scrolling through Instagram, I want these people to reach out to me. I want these people to stay, tapped into what I got going on. So that's another way they could kind of tap in. But subscribe to the YouTube. I'm on every musical platform that you could think of. Spotify. Thank you so much. Spotify, I love y'all. They have been such a huge help with my music. Yeah. Shout out
videos.
to videos is coming for the project. We definitely got the Wanna Fuck video coming, which I'm excited about. You guys are gonna see beautiful women, all different shapes and sizes, different looks. The looks are fierce, like I said, and just everything new, like you were saying earlier. New Mariah, new team, new music, new everything, new year.
Well, we appreciate you for coming up here, spending this time with us.
Thank you.
Yeah, and we wish you nothing but success. We will be supporting you. We will be following you, and we will be looking. We'll be looking. We'll be watching.
Don't worry.
You know what I'm saying?
There's gonna be a lot to see and a lot to listen to.
That's what's up. That's what's up. All right, y'all. This is Mariah Lynn, all the way from Jersey. The recording artist, Mariah Lynn. Thank you so much for being our artist spotlight for today's show.
Thank you. I love y'all.
And,
Y'all family now.
Yes.
Thank you.
You heard that, Josh.
Thank you. Thank y'all, Josh. For real.
You heard that, Trev. All right, cool. All right, y'all. Thank you again for watching. This is Check the Credits. And we are out until next week.
Period.